So, a Louisiana judge ordered a surgical castration for people convicted of sex crimes against young children under legislation approved Monday. And if the Republican governor, Jeff Laundrie, signs it into law, the state apparently would be the first with such punishment. The GOP-controlled legislature passed the bill giving judges the option to sentence someone to surgical castration after the person has been convicted of certain aggravated sex crimes, including rape, incest, molestation against a child under 13 years old. So on the show the other day, a couple days ago on the show, we were talking about California, how they're allowing people to be pedophiles, basically making an equal opportunity law for gay people to also get on to the pedophilia train. This is doing the opposite. This is actually punishing pedophiles, which is what we should actually do. Quote, "This is a consequence," Republican State Senator Valerie Hodges said during a committee hearing on the bill in April. "It's a step over and beyond just going to jail and getting out," which is the case, because we've discussed this on the show before. Only 10% of pedophiles and people who've convicted of sex crimes are actually in prison. They get in, they get out. The average pedophile molests about 300 children throughout their lifetime. It's disgusting. And this will actually give them a punishment. The bill received overwhelming approval in both GOP-dominated chambers, which not a big surprise there. Unlike the Democrats, the Republican Party actually cares about children of all shapes and sizes. Voters against the bill mainly came from Democrats. Votes against the bill mainly came from Democrats. Not a big surprise there, because Democrats are a big fan of pedophiles. They like defending them. They like supporting them. They like doing things like voting against death penalty for rapists and child rapists and stuff like that. So, not a big surprise there. Democrats are the pedophile party. They like pedophiles. They support pedophiles, and some of them even are pedophiles. Clinton. Anyway, however, a Democratic lawyer, State Senator Regina Burrow, authored the legislation. So the Democratic lawmaker is the one that started all of this, which is a good thing. There are about 2,224 people in prison in Louisiana for sex crimes against young children younger than 13. If the bill becomes law, it can only be applied to those who've been convicted of that crime on or after August 1st of this year. So this is not going to just automatically chemically castrate every single person convicted of the crime ever, but this will start a chain reaction, which is what we really want, really. Burrow said, or has said, that it would be an extra step in punishment for horrific crimes. She hopes the legislation will serve as a deterrent, which it definitely will. Hopefully. We're talking about babies being violated by somebody, Burrow said during an April committee meeting, and that is inexcusable. While castration is often associated with men, Burrow said that the law could be applied to women. She also stressed that imposing the punishment would be by individual cases and not at the discretion of the judges. The punishment is not automatic, which I don't like that. I think the punishment should just be automatic. No ifs, ands, or buts about anything. If an offender fails to appear or refuses to undergo surgical castration after a judge orders the procedure, they could be hit with failure to comply charge and face additional 3 to 5 years in prison based on the bill's language. The legislation also stipulates that that a medical expert must determine whether that offender is an appropriate candidate for the procedure before it is carried out. Which I don't know how to feel about that either. We'll see how that goes as it goes on. It can either be a really good thing or a really bad thing. Louisiana's current chemical castration law has been in place since 2008, but officials said from 2010 to 2019 they could only find 1 or 2 cases where it was used. The bill and chemical castration bills have received pushback, with opponents saying it is cruel and unusual punishment. Come on now, really? Chemical castration. I guarantee you, hear me out, I guarantee you no Democrat on the planet would push back against chemical castration for men who rape women. This is the scary thing about the Democratic Party. The same people who say that chemical castration for pedophiles is a dangerous thing, and it's cruel and unusual, which I don't believe in cruel and unusual punishments, by the way. I don't believe in that at all. But the idea that these people, the same people who I guarantee you would not be against it for rapists who rape adult women, are against it for people who rape children, which is just super concerning. Very, very concerning. So they're saying it's a cruel and unusual punishment and questioned the effectiveness of the procedure. Additionally, some Louisiana lawmakers have questioned if the punishment was too harsh for someone who may have a single offense. No, it's called don't do that. It's not don't do that. It's not that hard. Okay? Don't do that. That thing I told you not to do, don't do that. It's not that difficult. Okay, it's not like people are accidentally molesting kids. Okay, people are belligerently doing it on purpose. For me, when I think about a child, 1 time is too many. Burrow responded. Thank you for watching all the way through the end. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, you can tune into my full show to watch all of my episodes early. And as always, God bless.